I'm Shakia Mayer and welcome to The Courageous Chick. In this video, we are going to have another magical minute and talk about abundance. I love talking about abundance because abundance is usually the vibration that we want to be on because of the type of lives and businesses that we want. But in order to have the life and business you want, you have to know how to attract abundance. An abundance of prosperity, an abundance of wealth, an abundance of health, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of joy, an abundance of love. As you see, abundance doesn't only mean money, right? When we talk about having an abundant life or an abundant business, it doesn't only mean lots and lots of money. Now, absolutely, do I believe you can attract a lot of money? Yes. However much money you want, you can attract. Whatever numbers you want to hit in your business, you can do. Whatever you want in your life, you can have. But I want us to get away from the idea that abundance only means money. When we talk about living an abundant life, okay, and having an abundant lifestyle, that includes some of the other things that I named, right? Because why, if you were to have a lot of money but your health sucked and you couldn't enjoy spending your money, then what's the purpose of having the money? When people say that they want a lot of money, right, that they want to have an abundance of wealth, it often is because not necessarily just because of the money, but it's because of what the money can provide, what the money can give them, what can they do with the money. So if you had an abundance of money, 9 times out of 10, that means you have, hopefully if you set up the right way, you have more freedom. You can vacation when the world opens up. You can vacation when and where you want, how you want. You can live in luxury. You can buy a beautiful home and create the space that you want, create the garden that you want, or outside patio room, a space, an outdoor space for you to entertain, invite your family and friends over, host different gatherings, have business meetings there. You can create that environment if you had the money to buy the type of house you want. You could create the lifestyle for you if you had the money. You can create that freedom lifestyle for you if you had the money to do so, where you can, as I said before, vacation where you want and how you want. If you had the money, you could go see the best doctors and specialists to take care of your health, and also practice alternative healing methods as well, right? You don't need a lot of money. Here's the thing, I'm going to be honest. You don't actually need a lot of money to do any of those things. You can still do those things, but that's a different conversation. You can build them into the lifestyle you have. It just may look different from the next person, and that's okay. So my point with this conversation, with this magical minute video, is that you can have an abundant lifestyle. The point of this video, and I want you to really hear me, you can have an abundant life and business that goes beyond money. You can have money as well as have an abundance of joy, an abundance of love. Imagine what your life would look like if you had the ability to not only express love, but receive love, healthy love, right? That's amazing. And also for you to experience happiness, in order for you to experience the things that light you up, the things that are calling to you, the things that you attract, the things that you dream about, the things that you write down in your journal but you still haven't shared with anybody yet because you're like, these are just crazy ideas. Well, you can have an abundance of ideas. You can have an abundance of creative money-making ideas. You can have an abundance of all of these amazing things. So abundance goes deeper than money, okay? And with that said, how do we start to call in abundance to our lives? How do we attract abundance? Because I'm all about putting you, helping you to become a vibrational match for the abundance that you want to attract. How do we do that? Well, one, way to do that is to look at all of the abundance that's around you. Now, some of y'all might be saying, Shakia, I don't know if you know this or you can't see this, but ain't no abundance around me, or I didn't get that promotion, or because of COVID, my hours at work were cut, or because of the current situation, I'm not sure if I'm going to start the business. I'm not sure if I want to promote my business. I'm not sure. All of these things, right? You're not sure of. Take a step back and let's just for a minute focus on the abundance around you. If you are watching this on your computer, abundance. If you are watching this on your smartphone, you had the money to pay for that smartphone. If anything were to happen and you needed some extra cash, you could sell that smartphone. You have abundance all around you. Look outside of your window. Do you see any trees? Do you see trees outside? Abundance, okay? There's an abundance around you. And so I want you to start paying attention to the abundance versus the lack. Instead of believing you don't have, start looking at all of what you do have. Look at the things you have. Look at the positive emotions you have. Reflect on the positive memories. Reflect on the things, as I said before, the things that get you excited. The reason why you want to get out of bed. I want you to reflect on those feelings, those emotions, and those items or objects. And again, you know, do you see when you go out for, if you're going out for a walk or a jog, maybe you run in the park and you see the trees, you see the flowers, you see an abundance of, maybe, I was going to say people, but account of what's going on, we're not going to say people, but you see the different cars that are outside, and maybe as you're looking, you start to notice, oh wow, I keep seeing the same car and that's the car I want. Well, it's because the universe is trying to get you to align with what it is you want. But in order to attract the abundance, you have to become a vibrational match. So remember that game we used to play as kids where we would turn over a card, the matching game, right? You turn over cards, you try to match the game. I can't remember what it's called or the characters that were on the cards, honestly, but there are all sorts of games like this where there's an entire deck and you have to pair the cards, right? So if you get, let's say you get a citrine crystal on one card and you turn over the other card and it's an amethyst crystal, well, it's not a match. So you have to find the other citrine crystal within the deck. It's the same thing when we talk about becoming a vibrational match. If you are vibrating at a certain frequency, you have to make sure that you keep your frequency way, way, way up so that you keep your vibration way, way, way up so that your frequency, oh, look at that. Your frequency is also matching the vibration. And so now your vibration and your frequency are all the way up. So you're vibrating high. And now you are open to receive, because instead of looking at life from a scarcity perspective, instead of looking at life from a lack mindset, you start to look at life from an abundance mindset. That now is going to start to help with your wealth consciousness. So the things that you want to attract, the money you want to attract, the success in your business you want to attract, now the universe is saying, oh, this is what you want, then this is what you'll have. This is what you want. This is what I'm going to help you to have. I want you to remember, we are this body that you are in, okay? The bodies that we're in, this is our physical body, but we are spiritual beings. And so I was on the video, I think yesterday, and I mentioned waking up that inner goddess. It is because we can transcend, we can go beyond this physical body. And we can connect with that inner goddess so that we can easily attract what it is we want. Because once you start to realize that you are a spiritual being, once you start to realize that there is this goddess within you who deserves to have a successful business, who deserves to have a successful relationship, who deserves to have the body that you want, who deserves to have the emotions that you want, who deserves to have the freedom that you want, who deserves to live life on her own terms, to be the change maker of your life. You deserve all of that. that once you realize that, you start to get in alignment with what you want, meaning you start to become a vibrational match for what it is you want to attract. So know that on the inside, you are this spiritual being. You are a goddess that goes beyond this mundane world. And because of that, you have a direct line to the universe. You are a powerful co-creator. Right? Because how can you be a goddess and not be a powerful co-creator? How can you be a goddess and not be a creator? You are. You are all of those things. And because of that, you can absolutely attract what you want. Now, if you are listening to this and you're like, okay, well, tell me how, Shakia, or, well, I'm unsure. I have a business, or I have this business idea. I've started to work on it. Things just haven't seemed to pan out, or I want to feel better in my day-to-day life. I'm working and I just feel like my life is consumed with work, and I'm just always in this go, go, go mentality. But nothing is really lighting me up. Nothing sets my soul on fire. Nothing is really calling out to me. It just feels like I'm going through the motions of life. It feels like I'm going through the motions of everyday living. You are doing well within your career, but you haven't really moved up, right? So you have all of this ambition, and every time you go to do something different, that imposter syndrome comes in. That imposter syndrome says, girl, you can't do this. But you're a goddess, so you can, right? So you are a leader, and you are ready to create significant change in your life and your business, and maybe even in your community. If you are ready to take the next step, right? And take the action, or take the action steps that you need in order to be the change maker of your life, in order to wake up that inner goddess, in order to live a life of abundance, then I absolutely, if this is you and you're listening and you're like, heck yes, I am so ready to wake up that inner goddess. I am ready to connect to my spiritual self. I am ready to connect to the universe and manifest on a completely different level, then I invite you to join me for a coaching call. And actually, I'm doing a simple, easy to book. I will put the link in this post. Complimentary 30-minute complimentary clarity call. So we're going to go over your habits, where you are, and the gaps between where you are and where you want to go. If you are if you are interested in a clarity call with me, 30-minute clarity consultation, I'm going to encourage you to click on the link in this post so that we can go ahead and schedule this complimentary call, and we can talk about what those next steps are as we look at and identify the gaps that you might be experiencing right now. I want you, again, to remember you are a powerful co-creator. Let's wake up that inner goddess. Let's start creating, right? Creating our world, right? You create your world. I can go on and on and on about this because I love it so much, and it is so powerful once you start digging a little deeper, right? And I told you before in another video, I use a lot of woo-woo strategies, but they are powered by psychology. That is my foundation. And so we can help you, I can help you to become a vibrational match literally on a cellular level. So let's dig a little deeper and start creating the life that you want. Boldly manifest the life that you want. If you are interested, again, I invite you to come on over and join me for a 30-minute clarity consultation. I look forward to hearing from you soon. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a courageous day. Bye.